Hi everybody, this Math 172 review for Test 2 is brought to you by the ILC. The problems we're using are from the lab manual. It's called Unit 2 Extra Practice. We'll be solving these problems in order. Problem number 1. Suppose that John Daly hits a tee shot in the US Open that has traveled 165 yards horizontally when it reaches its peak. Express the angle of elevation of his shot as a function of the height of the ball, h, at this point. Okay, so if you learn nothing from this session, learn this. Everything begins with a sketch. So here we are with problem number 1. Okay, we have a golf player that is swinging his golf club to hit a golf ball that will then travel in a parabolic arc to its maximum height, h. So this is h. And this distance that it's traveled horizontally is 165 yards. Okay, so we're trying to express the angle of elevation of his shot as a function of height h. So remember, elevation is when you look from the ground up. So here's our ground. It is green because we're on a golf course. And we want to find the angle that is subtended by this height h. So we can see that this is a right angle, so all of our beautiful right angle trig stuff applies. So we've got theta here. So express the angle of elevation theta as a function of height. So if we have height and 165 yards, from this angle, this is the opposite side, and this is the adjacent side. So because we have opposite and adjacent, we're going to be using tangent. I don't know what h is, but I know that the tangent of theta equals h over 165. Okay, not bad. So again, tangent is opposite over adjacent, and the tangent of this angle theta is h, whatever that is, divided by 165 yards. Very well. But we don't need to find tangent theta, we need to isolate theta itself. So to take away this tangent, we have to use the inverse function. So we're going to take the inverse tangent of this side and the inverse tangent of this side. So the inverse tangent of tangent, that just cancels. So we have theta equals the inverse tangent of h over 165. And that, my friends, is the answer to problem 1, part A. Very nice. Part B then says, find the angle of elevation if the height of the ball is 495 over the square root of 3. So now they gave us, in part B, h equals 495 over the square root of 3. Okay, so we're going to plug that in to this equation. So theta then equals the inverse tangent of 495 over the square root of 3 over 165 over 1. Now, sometimes, guys, this is a difficult thing, dealing with fractions over fractions. You can always flip the bottom and multiply, or you can use the taco method. So you multiply the outside times the outside and divide it by the inside over the inside. So we want to find theta, so it's going to be the inverse tangent of 495 divided by 165 times the square root of 3. So when you put that into your calculator, you get that this angle is pi over 3. Not bad. So for those of you working in degrees, that would be 60 degrees. But please, please, please while we're doing this, unless it says degrees explicitly, leave everything in radians. Okay, that's the end of problem 1.